Good morning, students. Today we are going to learn about Chapter 1 Economics, the story of village Palampur. In this chapter, we shall read the following topics. The first one is overview of the chapter. The second point points to be remembered, the important points which are going to be read in this chapter. Third, introduction. Fourth, the organization of the production, under which we will study about the factors and meaning. Fifth, farming in Palampur. Under that, we will discuss some topics like land, crop seasons, farming methods, yield, advantages of spreading electricity, land sustainability, green revolution, land distribution, labor and capital for farming. Last one, sales of surplus produce. Last topic we will discuss in this chapter is non-farming activities. First one, dairy farming, small scale manufacturing, shopkeepers and transport. Now, come to our first topic, overview of the chapter. The chapter tells us the purpose of the story of this introduce some basic concepts relating to production, and this we do through a story of a hypothetical village named as Palampur. It is an imaginary village in our country. We can assume that it is situated in Uttar Pradesh state. There a small village named as Palampur. In this village, farming is the main activity in Palampur, whereas several other activities such as small scale manufacturing, dairy, transport, etc., are carried out on a limited scale. These production activities need various types of resources, such as natural resources, man made items, human efforts, money, etc. As we read through the story of Palampur, we will learn how to various resources combine to produce the desired goods and services in the villages. Under this, the first point is our resources. Resources means a stock or supply of money, materials, staff, and other assets that can be drawn by a person or organization in order to function effectively. Second one, manufacturing. Make something on a large scale using machinery is known as manufacturing. Third one, land. Land refers to the land available for exploitation, or we can say as for farming, like non-agricultural lands for building, developing township, making factories, etc. Third one, labor or human resources. As we can see here, nowadays the laborers are moving from one state to another. The labor or human resources consist of human effort provided in the creation of products, paid in wage. Wage means the salary they were given in certain production when they work. Next one, physical capital. In this chapter, we also study about the physical capital. It means it is one of the three primary factors of production, also known as input in production. Next one, fixed capital. The fixed capital It includes the assets and capital investments that are needed to start up and conduct business, even at minimal stage. These assets are considered fixed in sense that they are not consumed or destroyed during the actual production of a good or a services, but have a reusable value. Next topic is our green revolution. A large increase in crop production in developing countries achieved by the use of artificial fertilizers, pesticides and high yielding crops varieties. These includes the green revolution things for growing crops in a large quantity. Next one is, what do you mean by high yielding variety seeds? These are the seeds of better quality than nominal quality needs, which we can see in our farming structure. The produce from these seeds is bit more compared to bit the normal ones. These seeds are better option of seeds in order to obtain a healthy and surplus crop. Next, chemical fertilizer. What do you mean by that? It is defined as an organic material of wholly or partially synthetic origin that is added to the soil to sustain plant growth. For growing of the plant in a very good condition, we use chemical fertilizers. Next one, irrigation. We all know that plant required water supply for growing it. So irrigation, the supply of water to land or crops to help growth, typically by means of channels. Next one, pesticides, a substance used for destroying insects or other organisms harmful to cultivated plants or to animals. Just like we are now currently facing, the tiddies were there in our India, and almost 9 to 12 states were affected due to that tiddies, who are eating the crops and destroying the crops very badly. So we can use the pesticides to kill them or to destroy that insects. Next one, migration. Seasonal movement of animals from one region to another is known as migration. Not only animals but also human beings also migrate from one area to another area. Just like in this current situation, the labor category peoples were moving from one state to another, and that is known as migration. Next one, borrow, take and use with the intention of returning it is known as borrow. Clear everyone? Borrow means to take something from anyone for your need, and after that you can return that thing. Next one, money lender. In a farming, the people take money as a loan or as a capital from money lender. Now a money lender is a person whose business is lending money to others who pay interest. Next one, traders. Traders, a person who buys and sells goods, currency or shares, known as traders. In a market we can see many traders are there. Surplus. Surplus is an amount of something left over when requirement has been met. An excess of production or supply. For suppose Take an example of yourself. If you are eating a chapati, mainly you will eat 2 or 3 or 4, but after fulfilling or after your stomach is fully fully filled it with the food, and then also you, if you are eating and eating more and more, that is known as surplus of food, which is not good for your health. As well as in our country also, if sometimes or some years if the excess of production will be there, then the excess amount of crops are can be said as surplus. Last topic is small scale manufacturing. It means small business are privately owned corporations, partnerships or sole proprietorship that have fewer employees and less in annual income or annual revenue than a regular sized business or corporation. Means small scale manufacturing, a small type of factories which we can see nearby our cities or as towns, which are run by less number of peoples. So today we have seen overview of the chapter and the points to be remembered. The 2 points of this chapter we have seen in this video. In our another video we can study about the introduction of that chapter, the story of village Palampur and the organizations of productions.